Okay, here we are again. Started chopping now. Just had to pull myself up on this. I was just about to start cutting all the rear floor out, as you can see. I started putting a cut down there. And I thought to myself, maybe I might just take a couple of measurements. Now I know that, look, there's plenty of these cars around that I could take the measurements off, but if I do it now, and I'll put it on my trusty whiteboard over here, then I don't have to go searching around later on. Now I've decided I'm probably going to put half chassis in this. That'll look deeper, and yeah, it's worse than I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by cutting through here. Oh, let me get my thumb out the road. Start cutting through here. I'll cut all this floor section out here, all the way through, and I'll come in this side of the hangers. Now the reason I'm doing that at the moment is because I've got the rollover frame mounted to these. So once I've got the majority of it cut out, then I'll get through into drilling out all the rivets and taking the rest of the floor out. Now I can probably bolt this rollover frame on the rear bumper bar, on the rear tailgate hinge mount, so I'll see how we go from there. Alright, let's get this out and we'll see how we go from there. Catch you later. Okay, back again. Well, I've cut that all the way around now, just to say that just roughly what I want to get the middle bits out of. Now there's obviously some spot welds around here. That seems to be what's holding it in, so I'll have to drill spot welds out down here. Maybe some in there. I'm not sure. I'll just probably attack that with a grinder both sides of that, and then we'll dig that out after and see what we can do. Okay, back to it. Catch you soon. Okay, just a little bit of a tip before I start drilling these spot welds out. You don't want to go hacking at it with a grinder to clean up the paint and rust off there to find your spot welds. What I've done, what I would like to do is put the wire brush on the grinder, and we'll clean it up with that. That way we're not grinding away the spot welds and making them blend in with the rest of the steel. So we'll give that a go and I'll show you what happens. Okay, I'm going to try and set the camera up so that I can sort of have it sitting there while I'm doing this. I know I've got a tripod around here for this camera somewhere, but at the moment it eludes me. So let's have a look what I've got to set up. How's that? My trusty block of wood, my garage creeper that turns into a stool, socket set. What else could you want? That piece of wood has actually been in this house since I moved in. It's about the only thing that's left when I moved in. It has been used for so many things, and it's never been used for a tripod before. But we'll see if we can set it up, and let's see how we go, eh? Is it going to stay there? Well, looks like it might get it. If my dog doesn't come up here. Well, I'll just find something, I'll get it set up, then I'll get back to you. Okay, here we go. See what we can do. I try not to go all the way through, but sometimes you do. Usually you can just hear them pop. See that one there? Here. Hard to see. I'll do what I think I can see. Okay. Let me get something going underneath that and we'll see if we can pop them off. Okay, we've got a hammer. Small pole chisel, just be careful. Just want to see if it lifts up. Hear them popping. So I'm not worried about the floor. I don't want to mess this stuff up. That's up front. You get the idea. Just to go through under all them, and we'll do this side as well, and then we'll get back to you. We'll get this out and we'll get back to you. Not too worried about going through all these because it's all going anyway. That's the old floor on the other side. Drilling the good side so we'll be able to fill them up with welds when we spotlight the new one back in. Sure someone else out there has got a better way of doing this. If you have, let me know. Lucky last, hopefully. Okay. I'll break these all out and I'll get back to you next soon. Okay, well that's the floor, that's the back section of the floor out. Well, found a few more poppers than I didn't expect, but there we go, that's what I'm up with. I did cut that frame out. I was always going to have to come out sometime, so just took the whole lot out. Now what I might attempt to do is clean this section up. I'll cut that front floor back to in front of there, and then I'll look at where I'm going to run this half chassis. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually fill this panel in. We usually got your spare wheel door. I think I'm going to have to fill that in and reinforce it so I can run my two rails straight out of here. So they're going to come about here because, as I said, we're going to shorten the diff and try and fit 295 tyres under the back of this. They're a big tyre for an EH, and I'll tell you what, it should look mighty tough. I hope. Might not be the tough car, but it's going to look the part. Yeah, so not exactly what I had in mind, but that's another story which I'll fill you in on. I'll tell you all about the saga of the EH. We'll do that in the comfort of the lounge room, I think, and maybe over a beer. Okay, I'll get to work again, and I'll catch you soon.